Well, folks, looks like we're talking about Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet. This is a continuation. I believe this is about, I don't know, I need to recheck how much. I think it's 500% cooked. Yeah, 500%. Turns out, because of that interview, there's a new trailer coming. How many dislikes do you think that new trailer of Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet is going to gain? Put your answers in the comments. And I do mean the like to dislike ratio, okay? How many likes and how many dislikes?
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, I've begun uploading some content onto Rumble as well, so make sure you follow Dr. Disaster over there. And don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. But alright, let's take a look at the news surrounding this game, Intergalactic, which definitely belongs on that list. This new information comes to us in this article here from comicbook.com. A link will be in the description. The article says, game developer Naughty Dog has an impressive history of hits, with everything from Crash Bandicoot up through Uncharted and The Last of Us. That means all eyes have been on the studio's latest project, Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet. The game's first trailer debuted at the Game Awards 2024 and has weathered some complicated reactions ever since. And that, my friends, is the understatement of the year. I already showed you how badly the trailer was ratioed everywhere that it was placed. The comments on the trailer were so brutal that Naughty Dog disabled them on their site. But of course, you can always count on these mainstream journalists to use euphemisms to protect their corporate buddies.
Okay, before we continue to read this, I don't know, maybe 300,000 dislikes? What do you guys think? Do you think the new trailer for Intergalactic will get 300k or maybe a million? Put your suggestions in the comments. Yeah, Naughty Dog is too stubborn. Seriously, Neil Druckmann, how long are you going to do this? What will it take for you to admit you are doing everything wrong? You're not listening to feedback. And here's another thing. This game, I rechecked it. It is released on the PS5. Now this is a problem, okay? How long did it take for The Last of Us Part 2 to release on the PS5 and the PC after its release on the PS4? How long did it take? Close to 4 years. And for the PC port, 5 years. At least. So I'm guessing Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet failed to sell more copies, aka a million copies, then Naughty Dog is going to have to speed up the PC port. I don't know if they already plan on making a PC port, but I don't think they're gonna put it exactly on the same day as console. Naughty Dog, I think they still on the business of console first, ports later.
Anyhow, reading on, it says, but now it looks like we might be about to finally get a second good look at the newest Naughty Dog game since the initial reveal trailer. Naughty Dog hasn't shared a ton of official details about Intergalactic. We do know it's a fresh IP from the developer after years of focusing on big franchises like Uncharted and The Last of Us. We've also got a good idea of who is involved, from creative director Neil Druckmann to actors like Tati Gabrielle, but what players really want to see is gameplay, and it looks like a new gameplay trailer could be in the works. And then they show an image of that tweet where Naughty Dog is advertising an opening for a gameplay capture artist. Down here, it then says, this job listing is for the entire Naughty Dog library, not just Intergalactic. However, that is one of the main projects the studio is working on, plus it's literally the image they use for the job opening ad. But anyhow, so it stands to reason this role would likely work on some gameplay capture for the game, and if that's the case, a new trailer could well be on the way at last. Of course, if Naughty Dog is hiring someone to help get a gameplay trailer together, we'll likely be waiting a little while longer. They need to fill the position, train the new employee, and get the footage cut together. Even so, this job listing could point to imminent plans to finally release a new trailer for Intergalactic, likely featuring gameplay this time. Rumors have recently suggested that Naughty Dog is looking to release Intergalactic in late 2026. If that's the case, getting to work on a new trailer right about now would make sense. The studio no doubt wants to start trying to drum up a bit more positive publicity after somewhat negative reactions to its initial trailer. And there we go again with the euphemisms, trying to make it sound as though the reaction to this shit wasn't simply scathing and pure disgust on the part of the gaming crowd. But I do agree with the take here from the article. I think Naughty Dog will be desperate to change the narrative around this game between now and when it releases, most likely next year.
Actually, the real question you have to ask yourself is, what if Naughty Dog released Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet on the same week as GTA 6? What's gonna happen to it? Answer yourself that. Can Intergalactic beat GTA 6? I'm certain the answers from all of you who are watching this is no, because GTA is going to demolish Intergalactic. Again, I think they should stop this whole console exclusive stuff. And I believe every Salt YouTubers, such as Gar, Ono Alex, Joe from Seattle, and Klutz, they were right. Console exclusive is done. It's a thing of the past. Multi-platform is next, because sooner or later it's gonna be one. Marvel Spider-Man 2 released its PC port 15 months later. Who's to say it's gonna be day and date after this? Also, Tati Gabrielle's comment is not gonna help it any better.
Don't worry about gameplay trailers unless release is at least somewhat imminent. And frankly, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a little while since a big studio like Naughty Dog has released such a blatantly and unapologetically woke game. Most other studios by now have gotten the memo. They've realized that this sort of shit doesn't sell, and they avoid the culture war stuff as much as possible. Now, as much as I dislike this sort of game, I have to admit that I really enjoy making fun of them. Mockery is kind of my favorite thing in the world. So, the news that Naughty Dog is not only releasing the game in the semi-near future, but that they are essentially doubling down on everything that gamers were rolling their eyes over at in the first place, that news makes me grin a little bit. These idiots are committed to their narrative, it would seem. There hasn't been much news about the game over the last several months, but between the Tati Gabrielle interview, which just dropped, and some other interviews, it really seems like they are just doubling down. A few months ago, we had this interview here where Neil Druckmann said he didn't give a shit, and I mean this literally, but he told people he didn't give a shit about anyone who hated the game. He didn't care what we thought. Also, this article from a few months ago says Naughty Dog was prepping Tati Gabrielle for all the online hate she was going to receive. This, of course, is Naughty Dog positioning themselves as the blameless victims.
Seriously, Neil, I think you should have known this. Seriously, Neil, do you even know backlash you're gonna get after Last of Us Part 2? Seriously, you know what? I'm gonna have to say this. He knows, but he doesn't care. Look, if I were to make my own game, or in this case, have a development team of my own, or a development team of my own, what I do is, if gamers give me feedback, I listen. Tell me something. Every time you guys give me constructive criticism, have you ever seen me delete those comments? I'm not like Quantum TV, who most of the time deletes comment because he couldn't accept any criticism. You see how that ended up?
Mainstream media narrative, despite the fact that they knew damn well what they were doing when they designed their game in this way. They knew that they were picking a fight, and they just didn't care. But that is about all we have heard from the studio ever since the trailer for this game was first revealed, and the thinking has been that maybe, just maybe, Naughty Dog would behave like most of these other studios and ditch the overt wokeness, ditch the combative attitude toward gamers, but apparently not. I think it is no coincidence that we are hearing that they are prepping a gameplay trailer indicating a release date sometime in the next year, and we suddenly see someone speaking substantively about the game in an interview again. They are likely ramping up the media blitzkrieg in an attempt, as I said before, to brute force us into buying their slop. I struggle to imagine that this will work, though.
It's not gonna work. Seriously, do these people even learn what happened with Marvel Spider-Man 2 or even Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? How do you think that thing ended up? Marvel Spider-Man 2, when it released on the PS5, it was prone to bugs and glitches. So much so they had to speed up their PC port from 2 years to 15 months. Sooner or later, Neil, it's going to come to a point where you yourself have to admit all of your wrongdoings, and you're gonna have to listen to gamers. Look, whether you like it or not, gamers are the ones that paid your salary, that paid your development team, and because of them, it's the reason why you're still having a job. And the moment you say things like these, who gives a shit, and the moment Tati Gabrielle also said the same thing by saying haters will buy it, guess what? She's not gonna get any career. I'm 100% certain many developers saw that interview, they knew, oh no, we're not hiring this actress. So to any video game developers, whether you are indie AA, if you want to hire an actress, let's say you found Tati Gabrielle, think twice first. Check this video or check any related videos on this and think twice before you hire Tati Gabrielle, because her comments is one ticket away from being kaput, aka similar to Rachel Zegler.
Wow, it's opening! It's windy! There's no end in sight. Will we be okay?
It was sealed off, so it'll probably be safer than other routes.
What's up? Is something wrong?
Leave a like and subscribe if you want woke or anti-woke detected, or you just want to see me play games, or perhaps you like trending topics. Visit my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th channel up here or link in the description.
No, it's nothing.